it is an endeavor in human resource development. So um, when we say that it is a part of the educational process, what we are trying to do is we are trying to incorporate the entrepreneurship aspect or awareness about this process in the youth or in the educational system. Now, the educational system is what creates or what develops the human resource of the country. Okay, so students like you and everyone else who is involved in studies is part of that human resource. So we are trying to develop this resource, and in order to develop this resource, it is important for the country to involve entrepreneurship in it. Okay, because we do not want our country's human resource to get or look for jobs. We want a majority of them to become entrepreneurs or to become businessmen. Next is, it is an organized and systematic development. So systematic development, we have already discussed what entrepreneurship means and how important it is to for the entrepreneur to be organized and systematic in performing this activity. Right? So entrepreneurship helps us in being a very systematic development, in involving ourselves in a systematic way or developing a systematic chain of entrepreneurs. Okay, right from the education level we start incorporating awareness about something like this in the students, and by the time they are done with their studies and education, they become go through the presentation along with the video that I will post. Okay, because it's difficult, the screen overlay is not functioning right. Okay, and in case you want to tell me something or you can't hear me, so one of you can unmute and say that. Okay, alright, moving on. It is regarded as tool of industrialization and a solution to unemployment problem. So as we said that we do not want all of our youth to be involved in looking for jobs, but we want them to be job givers, right? So they can be job givers only if they become entrepreneurs or they start their own business. So this entrepreneurship is entrepreneurship development programs act as tools for industrialization and a solution to unemployment problem. Okay. Next is, an EDP is based on the belief that individuals can develop, their outlook can be changed, and their ideas can be converted into action through training. So EDPs are organized with the objective that we can teach or train people to become entrepreneurs. As we have already discussed that entrepreneurship is not a trait that is in a person by birth. Okay, so it can be developed with the right kind of training, with the right kind of qualities, right? So we have already discussed the traits of entrepreneurship. So involving the traits or developing the traits also helps us develop the um, entrepreneurial motivation in a person, and EDPs are organized with that same objective. Okay, so an EDP is based on the belief that individuals can be developed or they can be trained, their outlook can be changed. So outlook, their vision, their way of looking at life, their way of looking at things, their way of innovating, creativity, all these things. Okay, next is, it is based on entrepreneurial motivation. So motivation is important in order for somebody to be involved in an activity which is not easy, okay, which is tiring. And we have seen that entrepreneurship involves a lot of activities, a lot of things like taking risks, being coordinated, being organized, acknowledging people, helping people, arranging finances, submitting proposals. A lot of things are to be done. So an entrepreneur does need motivation, and without motivation there is no need for entrepreneurship, or there is no existence of entrepreneurship. So EDPs help in motivating these entrepreneurs or upcoming entrepreneurs or future entrepreneurs. Next is, EDP is primarily meant for developing those first generation entrepreneurs. First generation entrepreneurs, we have already discussed what are first generation entrepreneurs. First generation entrepreneurs are people who have started their business and nobody else in their family before them had any connection to the business world. Okay, neither did their parents nor their grandparents own or purchase any kind of business activity. Okay, so those are first generation entrepreneurs. So it is mainly meant for developing first generation entrepreneurs who on their own cannot become successful owners of enterprises. So a lot of people have this idea or this misconception that if nobody in my family is involved in business, I also cannot be involved in business. Okay, which is not right. Anybody can be an entrepreneur, anybody can start a business. You just need to have that motivation inside you and the will to do something. Okay, because being a businessman, being an entrepreneur is not easy. You have to be involved mentally, physically, emotionally into the business, and there will be times where you will have to improvise and get out of the way and do things for your business. Okay, for example, if I start my own business, say I start a medicine shop, or I start a grocery shop, okay, and nobody in my family has ever done it. Obviously, if people have done it, it is easier because you can share their experience, they will help you design the strategies, etc. But if nobody was involved in business, who will help me? So I can help myself by either I'll have to do the marketing initially by myself, I'll have to go to the newspaper stands and distribute my flyers about the information about my business. Okay, I have to distribute such flyers to the nearby households who can visit my store and help my business. Okay, so I need to be motivated enough, and this motivation is developed, or this kind of attitude is developed through entrepreneurship development programs. Okay, last point is sorry, not last point, today we'll discuss up to here. It is a continuous process of training and motivation to set up enterprises. It cannot create magical results. Okay, so it does not stop. For example, you cannot be satisfied with just attending one EDP. It does not happen that I go to entrepreneurship development program. I attend the sessions. I get in touch with people who are there, who are presenting, who are sharing their experience, and that's it. No, that would not happen. Okay, you will have to be involved continuously in that process in order to be associated with the fact that you are trying to become an entrepreneur. Okay, there there are new advances in technology, in concepts, in theories, in practices every single day. Okay, with so much advances going on, you have to keep in touch with the industry, and by keeping in touch you will have to be continuously involved with the industry, with the people, with the experts, with the competitors. Okay, so it does not stop at any point. It is a continuous process of training. A businessman has to learn every single day. Even huge or big business people who have successfully established themselves as successful entrepreneurs also have to learn, or also have to be involved in activities which um, help them learn something new every single day. Okay, so you cannot be satisfied, or you cannot um, sort of stop at any point or say that no, I know everything, um, I can do everything, or I can do every part of the business, or if my business is the best and it will never fail. No, that does not happen, because things change, scenarios change, people's preferences change, technology changes, government policies change. So you have to keep in touch with all these changes, and so that is why we say that it is a continuous process. Okay, so we'll stop here as the class time is up. So I'll